Hi everyone, it's Booney. Happy holidays, Happy New Year. Um, so I was thinking about something that recently happened to me, and I wanted to share. So we just had the Evolution of Psychotherapy Conference in Anaheim, and for those who are following me or friends with me, you noticed that I shared my excitement for meeting Dan Siegel. I posted about some of the other workshops or talks that I heard, and I also shared that I fell on the sidewalk. I scraped up my knees pretty bad, and I'm still having a hard time walking, but I'm okay. And it made me think of a couple things actually. So, this term I'm going to share with everyone is called a corrective emotional experience. Um, and it's a psychotherapy term. It's coined by Alexander Franz, and so the definition or the description of it is in all forms of etiological psychotherapy, the basic therapeutic principle is the same: to re-expose the patient under more favorable circumstances to emotional situations which he could not handle in the past. And it was really cool because I was talking with another therapist. Hi, Sharon. And she mentioned it yesterday or the day before. And I was like, oh, yes, exactly. Something that happened to me. But that's what therapy's intentions are in the first place. Let's say you have these memories in the past, these important figures in your life where you have situations or um, things you cannot resolve from the past because it's in the past and you just didn't have the skills or the tools, or just circumstances made it in a way where you could not have a resolution. So it stays with you and becomes a core value, it shapes you in a certain way, becomes a theme, and it stays with you and it's unresolved. For me, I will share, when I was in first grade, we had to run around the playground for just because they made us run. And so it was an asphalt playground with a sandbox in the corner, and I tripped on the sand and I skid my knees. I was 6 years old, I skid my knees and it was pretty painful. I remember the pain of having to walk from that classroom to the nurse's office. And when I picture that memory occurring, instead of having a empathic adult, a nurturing person to tell me it's going to be okay, in my head I picture this adult. I don't know who they were. They were laughing at me for crying and laughing at me because I couldn't walk because of the pain. That's my memory for being a child and remembering what it felt like to be in this vulnerable, painful position and wanting to rely on an adult to seek some type of comfort, but it wasn't available. So for me, it's something I have worked on for many years, but in terms of generalizations for my theme or a core value, it guides me to work with children. It guides me to speak up and challenge people in authority who work with vulnerable populations. And that's why I do love working with children. I love working and thinking about education because to me, it is all extensions of the same thing. People in positions of authority have responsibility to care for those who are vulnerable, who know less. They have responsibility to teach and to support and to establish a stronger foundation so more people can be empowered to learn more and to seek what they need to know. So when I was posting this image and the update on my knees, it paralleled with that early memory, and I had a corrective emotional experience from all the people who commented or liked or loved the photo and asked me if I was okay. Some people reached out. Even my dad called me and asked me if I was okay, and that was heartwarming for me. It it meant a lot more than I think some people might think it meant because it's just a picture on the internet. But for many of us, internet and online communication are our primary modes of communicating with others. I know for me it's huge. I have, face-to-face communications every now and then, But a lot of the people that I consider dear to my heart, important to me, I've never met you guys before. I've never met you before. But online, I feel like we've known each other for ages and you've been there for me. So this was a positive corrective emotional experience for me, and I think that it's something to highlight and to share and to kind of lead the end of this year into 2018, to know that this is something that mental health um, and therapy intentionally wants to do for a client, but you don't have to seek it out with just clients. You can have corrective emotional experiences with the same person who you have unresolved things with, if circumstances can make it possible. I know it's not possible for everyone, but let's say it's a parent or a sibling or a family member, in the past, you have this thing that's unresolved, but it's been 20 years, 30 years, 40 or 50 years, and you're at a better place where something similar happens now that reminds you of something in the past, and that is that corrective emotional experience that can help heal so much. And if it doesn't have to be that exact person, a therapist can do it, a mentor can do it, a good friend, someone who can reach out where you can talk to and you feel safe to acknowledge that this happened, and that person reminds you of that thing that happened before, but they're making it more positive. They're not repeating that past pain or discomfort that you felt. And it can be, again, such a healing experience. It can help encourage you to continue this positive relationship that you have now. So I encourage you to think about ways that indirectly, directly, you've sought this positive, corrective emotional experience, whether it's from a therapist. It might not be directly from a therapist. It could be from a teacher. It could be from a mentor. It could be from a friend. It could be from internet friends. It could be from playing video games where you didn't have that chance to be social, and now that you found your tribe, you found your people online, this is your corrective emotional experience to give you hope that relationships are possible, that people can get you and they do get you. And I just wanted to share that it's very possible, and I'm rooting for you guys too. So happy holidays, and I wish you the best for the end of the year, and I wish you even more success, joy, happiness, awe, wonder, curiosity, everything. I wish you everything for next year. Thank you so much for following me, guys. Take care.